It's interesting to think how, even in this age of trauma-informed education, we, as a society at least, infrequently think of trauma as the underlying reason for learning problems, when the impacts of trauma on learning and behavior are more obvious than ever. Back when I was a public school special education teacher, I was actually frequently told not to include trauma as an underlying reason for a student's learning problems. This is because it confers such an awful social stigmatism. Essentially, unless a child came into the program with a diagnosis of PTSD, you weren't really allowed to consider it. So instead, we would treat the students for conditions like ADD or ODD or anxiety, because these were medical, neurological conditions that were considered to supersede the trauma. But they don't. What we are learning about neuroplasticity clearly suggests that this connection runs both ways, meaning you could be born with it, a physical neurocognitive abnormality that produces your ADHD symptoms, or you could be raised in an environment that develops the behaviors of ADHD and ultimately the same physical neurocognitive abnormality. The good news is that this means that we can create the learning experiences necessary to rewire these neurocognitive abnormalities and help people achieve more productive functioning. It also means that the reason there is probably so much poor neurocognitive functioning out there is because we have traumatized the daylights out of each other. As helpful as medicalized diagnoses are in quickly communicating information about certain categories of behavior, they also produce assumptions that prevent people from engaging in the tough and consistent work necessary to build the positive neuroplasticity necessary to modify a person's actual functioning. The devastating impact of trauma on learning can occur over time or in the flash of an instant. But the healing process of neuroplasticity takes time and effort. But if we can start making a concerted effort to stop traumatizing each other, that would probably do more to the reduction of the instances of learning problems than anything else we do.